I was given the phone number of David Clark. And so last week, I think, we got on the phone. We had a nice long conversation, about an hour. He's in California, right? In the US. It's a long conversation, hearing about what you're doing, and for us to tell, I was sharing with him about our project. It's just getting started. We're just moving forward a little bit now. And we said, wow, there's potentially some interesting collaboration that we could have. And so I said, all right, sounds good. Next step, we'll give Divine a call. And so we met as a team just to review a little bit about the call and about the mission that David was sharing with me and about your activities. Sounds great. It sounds like you guys are doing interesting work and very important work. And there may be some areas for alignment. So that's why we're happy you're here. Our project is a 5-year project funded by USAID. It started about 6 months ago, and in that first year, things are a little slow, trying to meet everybody, make sure that we have everything lined up. But it's a nice project. It's a 5-year program, and it has 3 main components. It has a wash. It's all about water and sanitation and hygiene. The first component is about governance, working with the institutions responsible for making all the pieces move properly, right? Managing and sustaining wash services. So it's all about governance. The second one is about water supply, improving water supply around the country. We've been given 10 districts to work in. And then the third section, the third part is about sanitation products and services, improving them. So it's in that third area which Nikkei's leads. And Sam advises, right? And Lillian drives with her behavior change issues. So these are the key team members under that component. And so it's there where we felt that we may have some synergy. We have some areas for collaboration. So I don't know what else I can share. I think that's basically the summary, the introduction for why we wanted to talk to you and learn more about what you do, how you do it, where you do it. Are you happy with what you're doing? Is there some way that we might be able to support you and get you going, through our efforts? And maybe I'll just throw in that we will be working with school health committees. So we're well positioned in that area, potentially for that collaboration. And we're also going to be supporting district sanitation centers, which Sam can describe even more. But it's a location in each district that sells all types of sanitation products. And I don't know if they sell your products. So that's the thing that we'd like to discuss. And then we also have a focus on village savings and loan groups that includes a lot of women that are looking for business opportunities and new business opportunities that their neighbors aren't doing, right? It's something new and innovative. And so those are 3 areas that I talked to David about. David, based on what you're saying, these are the 3 areas that seem most interesting to me. And he said, wow, that's fantastic. Let's talk. Anything to add? Okay.
I think for this meeting, we wanted to know you in the local context. Learn more about you, what you're doing, what is your experience, what were some of the challenges. We want first to hear from you in the local context, your practical experience from the field.
Well, so what we do, we're trying to eradicate period poverty in Rwanda and East Africa. we are still Rwanda. We still have a big market to fill. So we make them ourselves, the washable pads in cotton materials.
It's in this bag that David was telling me about.
Yeah, so this is our packaging. The bag is the packaging. This is what we make. So we make them and give them away for free to vulnerable women, financial vulnerable women, all over the country. We don't have specific places to get to. So we find people through connections, like you have women and girls that you work with. So you connect us to those women and girls. We go to them, schools. We work with Caritas Rwanda. Rwandan children in Uganda, we are partnering with them. We went to Wagos. We have a branch. We are trying to make it a branch. We have one of us is working from there. So we are trying to go in different districts to have satellites in different places so that we can feed the whole country easily. Because for now we come from Kigali to go to Rusizi, for example. So we need a place that they can live here. So we give them, Keza is going to explain how they're used, because they're new, so most people don't know how they're one. So we give it as a bag. They're supposed to be 8. We started when we put them, we put 5 in the bag, and because we give people the freedom to give us feedback, and most of them tell us 5 a little, because someone can use them at once in a day. And they need for tomorrow. So we added 3 with big size and 5 with a small size, because as you know, periods come in different variants. So far, this is liquid soap. Yeah, we make it ourselves too. It's not because the pads. We give them a guarantee of 6 months. After 6 months, they throw them away and we give them another bag. So this is just like a symbol to show them that they need to wash them clean. So this can go for a week or 3 days, it depends on how you use it. But it reminds them that they need to wash the pads. Yeah. Keza is going to explain more about how they wash.
Thank you. I'm very sorry because I don't have Panty right now. But when you have a Panty, you put here inside to your vagina. Let me say like that. So you have to close like this. It should be like this. You see? So, but it can. You can take out like 4 hours or 3 hours according to your period. When you finish it, you have to put it under the water, like 30 minutes, and you can wash it. So it's no big deal. We use it as a team. We don't buy that one for 1,000 because this one is very nice. I can say like that, and you can say because we make it ourselves, but this is very nice to wear it. Even you can keep your money. So when we started to donate this reusable pad to the villages girls and the women, before we thought that we don't know if this can help the people around, but when we started to give away, some people are very poor. They don't have money to buy those one for pad. Some people they have been even prayed for this. It's really nice, as I can say. It's really nice. It's helped them to think that there is some people around who can help us. You know, as I can say, this is nice. So if you have a problem of this, you can even ask.
So that's one of the things we do, which is the main the main project we do. But we also give a platform to young people with different talents, like painters, people who do craft things. So they make them and we sell them for them. Those who make them from outside, they bring and we get 20% from the sale, which of us do the washable parts. And those who...
Sorry, I didn't understand that last part. Could you tell me the people that do what from the outside?
So like if you make your work, like if you make a mat piece and you bring for us to sell
Research. Yeah.
Yeah, we get a 20% of the sales.
Okay.
But if you're a resident and you work from us, we give you the materials, we sell, and we share the percentage. We've been trying to grow bigger, and most of the times people complain, yeah, you give us parts, yeah, they're good, but washing them, most of the villages, they don't have good water, clean water. So which is, when I heard about water for people and hygiene, we were like, yeah, this can solve the issue. Yeah, so we can work with these people. We give them clean water, we give them parts. That's the solution for everything. Yeah. And when David told me about helping women who are going in business, we give people parts and they're like, yeah, you have solved this, but we are poor. The reason we can't afford parts is because we don't even have food. So how can we work together we solve the hygiene and we end the period poverty, but how are we helping more? What are we doing more for those women? I was really grateful to hear about Water for People and what you're doing. When you hear Water for People, you think it's going to end with water and clean. So you're helping people to do business. That's a good thing. Yeah, so basically that's why we're here. And hopefully we can work together to make Rwanda a better community.
Wonderful, thank you.
Thank you very much. I think you are doing a great job. First of all, we have been targeting most vulnerable groups, and as the country is discouraging subsidy, it's always difficult to address hygienically their periods. Some of them use old clothes, which are not easy to clean, and don't have that opportunity. They need to get someone to advise them. So I really appreciate the job you are doing, and the target group we are looking for, the most vulnerable group. And I think this is most appropriate, of course with some challenges, but it's noble what you are doing. And maybe some question, because for us when we are looking for something for this, we need to look at its big picture. Maybe in the future we can ask ourselves how cost effective. Keza said it's cheaper, but how can I know that it's cheaper? So for that I want to know like what the cost of production and how do you pay those who produce them? And how can you actually take 25% from the art pieces you're selling?
That hasn't started. We started in October.
Last year.
Yeah.
So it's new.
It's new. We're still new. So for now, we are getting everything from the pockets of David and his wife Stephanie. They were sponsoring the project. So we have about 17 employees. 17. We have 4 women who are sewing the pads. We have the team. We have marketing. We have the executive secretary. We have Emil who is doing transport. So we're a big team. So and we are all depending on 2 people. So it's still as we're still new and trying to look for partners to help with that. So the cost this bag, the whole. The pads and the bag and the soap, we count it on $10. So you think $10, that's a lot of money, but it goes for 6 months. And it works like, personally, when I use normal pads, the one-time use, most of the time I use 3,000 per month. I can use 3 because they reduce the quantity of the parts. So if I $10 will take me for 3 days, for 3 months. And if I spend $10 on something that is going to last me 6 months, I would save some money. Yeah, so that's how we say that it's cheaper and it's better because the quality of the one-time use parts, most of the time they burn their ties, which is something we really took time to learn more about when we made this. We wanted the material that is going to be skin-friendly, which is easy to clean, and it's safe to keep and it's cheap. So when you put everything, when you consider everything, this is cheaper and better. So, yeah.
The message that you give, that you say, like, if we hit this part of this part, this is what we don't miss. Because, like, from what I heard, that was like dying to hear what they didn't hear, like the drawing part. How do you keep it? I guess washing, and what follows after washing. So maybe I would love to hear like the message about the hygiene maintenance of that, because it's one of the crucial parts of the. So you maybe something you mentioned, maybe you do that, but I would like to hear if it's there or if it's not. Another clarification that I want to, like the size, because the part like that size is it like medium 20, like in the numbers, is it like 28 millimeter or 300 large size, so that we know like this when we are comparing like the price, like I want like specific like the size in like in numbers.
Okay.
Yeah. Another.
Those are 3 questions.
What I was going to ask you, they talked about it. She talked about it. The costs. Maybe you don't need to come back to that. Maybe like I can stop from so that I won't confuse. Yeah.
I will answer the first one. Remind me, the first one.
Then acceptability.
Yes. So like I said, we get the feedback. We accept the feedback from the people we donate them to. The first question was the white. So this we tried to find a little bit dark color, which is the pink. So we had white, and people were like, we don't have clean water. How do we keep this? How do we wash this? What if the water we use is the one which is going to cause us the infections that you're trying to help us avoid? So before we give this back, we have about 30 or 40 minutes education about hygiene. So this comes as a gift. The main thing we do is about educating them, because most of them don't even know what periods are. Most of them tell us that it's blood that comes out of their vaginas, so they don't know what periods are. So we have to educate them what they are, how to take care of their bodies during and after and before the periods, how to wash this, how to wash the pads, reminding them to put them on the sun. Reminding them that they shouldn't iron this because when you iron it, this material it hardens. The heat hardens it, so it's better and safe to put it on the sun. And after washing them, you keep them in this bag and wait for another month. When it's dirty, most of the girls we find at school, we tell them when it's dirty, you fold it after using it, because you can't wash it at school. You fold it and keep it on this in this bucket until you get home and wash it. After washing it, you keep it here, dry and clean, and wait for next month. So the acceptance, they like them. Yeah, but just like everyone can complain washing, washing their periods, that's something you're not comfortable with, but something we teach them. You're supposed to be comfortable with everything that comes out from your body. It's something that it's going to take time for women to love themselves, given the history and stuff, but it's part of the education. Love yourself, self-love, self-acceptance. You shouldn't feel ashamed of your period, because most of them tell, I can't put this outside. What are people are going to know I'm in my periods, and I don't want people to know. But you shouldn't be ashamed of it. So it's all about it all comes in the education you give before giving birth. So I will let Keza explain about the sizes, which so far we have two, but we are going to have more sizes even for women who have just given birth.
Thank you. So about this size, I can't say it's 8 inch, something like that, but those who we used to buy, we took it and we make like this one. It look like it.
The same size.
The same size. It's medium, I think so. The same size is like this, but the biggest one we added something like 1 inch, because there is some village girls who are having a lot of blood. So they say this one is very small. It's even Zuzuravua. I'm sorry, Zuzuravua. So that's why we add a big one. But we have even in our future we just want to add a little bit more for those women who are taking birth. So because they might need a biggest one. So but this one is medium. We have even this is large. You can even see there's a difference. Yeah. But I can't say it's a meter or something like that, because I don't know.
For now,
That's
it's
what-
small and
But like this one, me, I can't use it because it's bigger than me. So that's like So and I can add something you ask about acceptance for those people. So the people who has money. So before we gave to our friends, our family. So some people who has money, they say it's really nice to wear it because we're comfortable, but to wash it is very hard, But when you don't have money, my dear, you like it so much.
you find time to wash.
Yes, because but me, I can't say I don't have money for buying that one, but I can buy it because this one is very nice. Even to wash it, like us, we put some salt, like 3 minutes. You put it in water and put some salt. Salt can help this white to always be clean. So yes, I can put salt, few minutes, and I can wash it after. It's very easy. But when you put in your mind, this is very hard, I can't wash my bread. How can you know it's not even hard to wash it? But you have to try it. When you try it, you like it, because even to wear it, you feel comfort. Yeah.
Because of the target population, the population that you are targeting. So I have like 3 small questions. One is about the vision. What is your vision, maybe in medium term and long term? Maybe in 2 years you want to be here, in 5 years you want to be there. What is your vision? Then second is about the certification from the Rwanda Bureau of Standards. Are your products certified? Because I think if you want to sell them, I think you need to have, it's like mandatory to have the certificate from the Rwanda Bureau of Standards. Third is about your capacity for production. If you want to make a business, I think you must plan for it, the capacity, and be able to produce maybe, I don't know how many cartons of that car. Takes time. application?
I'll start with the last one.
Okay.
So, about the production, so for now, we make about 200 pads per day, and we only have 3 ladies who make those in Kigali.
Yeah.
We have one,
Which means these pieces?
200 pieces per day.
Yeah.
So per month for now, and given they have time we take them when we do donations, so it doesn't mean they work from 8 to 5 days. So there are days there and hours that they miss. We make for 300 women per month. That means that's a full bag. The bag and the 8 pieces and the soap, the whole thing we make for 300 women per month. That's only one branch. And we are the vision is to eradicate period. That comes to the second question. Eradicate period poverty in Rwanda and East Africa. So and East Africa. So the short-term vision is to go in at least 5 districts of Rwanda within 6 or 7 months, which is what we're working on. But it's still an obstacle because of the finance. So we are in Rubavu, but there's only one person, which we are hoping to have a whole team like the team we have in Kigali, but for now there's only one person. We have to take the team from Kigali to go to Rubavu to do the presentation and the donations, because there's only one person who does production. So that's the short term. The big term, the big vision is to go at least in every district of Rwanda. Then we can branch to Tanzania, Uganda, Kenya, and Burundi. And that's going to take us at least 3 to 5 years, because Rwanda itself is big. But that's the big vision. Did I miss the question?
Yes, about the certification.
Certification. So certification, we went to RBS.
RSB.
RSB. And they told us there is no certification for washable pads. There is none. They don't have the test. So even Dockers, I think there are other people who are doing the same thing. Dockers, I don't know if you know. Even last time they're selling them with the certification, because it doesn't exist. They told us if you want it to happen, you have to apply for it and we were like, why would you put yourself into that? Yeah, but we know it's cotton. They were like, this is like asking for certification for clothes, because this is a cloth. You can't test every cloth that you sell on the market. You just have to know it's cotton. You have to, I think it goes with integrity. You have to know, you are giving something for free, but can you use it? That's why we gave our girls to use it before we started. Because we started in July last year, but we took about 3 months to test it ourselves, and the friends, our families, and people around us to know what we are doing. Is it safe for other people? Can you use it? So it only goes. It only comes with integrity, because there's no certification. Yeah.
Okay, maybe the reason why I asked that question is about if your target is to move out of Rwanda to even to reach East Africa and work, I think it will be like mandatory to have export. I think it's mandatory to have that certification.
Future.
Maybe, for the future.
Yeah, for the future, maybe someone will have to ask for, it's like you're restricting yourself. Because you're asking for something the government should have put it. And I don't think there's a need for it. Because there are people who are already selling it and there's no certification. So,
All for free. And yet you just described the budget limitations that slow us down. So I was saying to him that some of the platforms that we have, it may be appropriate for it to be free, like the school clubs, especially if there's a means evaluation. Usually the school board kind of knows who the students are that have the most difficulty. I don't know if something like that can be helpful or create stigma. So it's hard to, you have to be very careful with that decision. But I said, David, if you're trying to achieve that, to end period poverty in East Africa, and you're doing it all out of your pocket, it's going to be difficult, isn't it? And maybe there's a middle ground that's not selling it at cost, $10, but also not giving it for free. Maybe there's somewhere in between. I know I'm saying something you've thought about 1,000 times, but I'm just thinking out loud. Even if it were 1,000 instead of free. Obviously, we all value things more when we've paid something. So it becomes more valuable to us when we've paid something. And, boy, there's just so many experiences saying that if even very, very poor families, if they value something, they can work towards paying even a nominal fee. That's one thing. But then also for it to be available. We have again this district sanitation center that we are going to help create in each district. So this is a for-profit, socially oriented, but for-profit center that sells sanitation products at a very cheap price, would you say? Or low-cost products.
Yeah, maybe low.
Low-cost products is the right word,
Yeah.
because the operator, the person is a business person, and he or she has to earn something to remain interested in that. So I was thinking to myself, well, are there reusable pads sold in these district sanitation centers?
So funny.
No. Well, that's a crime, isn't it?
It is.
How's it possible? These are great products. How's it possible that they don't? So that's one just obvious area where we might look into. But if we say to the business owner, we want to have these in your store, but you're not going to earn anything from them, I don't think they're going to be very interested. We're trying to help them be profitable enough to be interested and yet offer low-cost products to vulnerable populations. So I just think that's an area for exploration. We'd have to think through. I don't know what the answer is, but it seems like we'd have to think through. So that David said to me, yeah, you just tell me how many you want and we'll make them. And I said, David, we're not going to order any pads. We're not going to order any pads. But we work with different groups, then we'd like to make a link between that group and your team so that they can purchase from your team and then sell. For these district sanitation center operators, business people, I think they would benefit from having a demonstration. And we're only in 10 districts, but that's 10 districts. You said your goal is to get to 5 first, right? And then expand to more. I would think that maybe we could set up a time where we're going to have them together for another purpose and give you a platform to tell them all about your products. But we do have to figure out this idea about, is there going to be a price or is it going to be absolutely free? So it's something to discuss. Maybe in the next meeting or something, to go in a little deeper there. David seemed intrigued. He said, yeah, we do it for free. I said, okay, but how are you going to keep expanding? And so he seemed intrigued about the idea. I don't want to put any words in his mouth, but it's something I think that is worthy of discussion. At the VSLAs, I'm still curious about the VSL. You know, the members of VSL. You know what VSL is? What do you mean to learn that? You said that word, never thought, my word.
Even in the community, that's how they say it. Somewhere they say, women of that care. Because they related to care.
All right, I'm gonna learn that. So in those groups, all the participants are saving little by little, right? And they're looking for business opportunity. Well, what if we had some kind of trial, pilot, where you again could present the product, talk about how important it is. This is the right population for you to reach. It's the population you want to reach. But we have access to all these groups. What if there was a presentation where you could present the idea, but also say, look, if this is going to be a business, could you purchase with your loan, right? Buy this and then resell. Obviously, being very careful about what that price is, because it could easily not be purchased afterwards. But I think it might be interesting again. My interest is not to make people pay for something you want to give away. My interest is sustainability. And I don't think we want to be the NGO that orders, give us 10,000 and we'll distribute them. Because our concern would be what happens when we're not here to distribute them. We want to make that link so that even I'm guessing, I'm new to the school system here, but I'm guessing there's some kind of teacher advisor to the school health club or something. Mm-hmm. And in the trainings that we do, why would we train about your product, where it's available, where to go for more? But we would want to say, go to your district sanitation center. Not go to Kigali and... So we would want, is there a sustainable platform where more can be purchased or obtained at a reasonable price? So if it's at the DSC and it's always available there, then any of these teachers or students could go and make their purchase at a low price. Anyway, I'm just thinking out loud.
The acceptability. Because one is not only to inform your company, but the whole country about how best can the reusable part be accepted and used by the general population, not only by the most vulnerable. It's not like we miss the option, as you were saying, for which they don't want to touch their blood, but for environmental purpose, this is the way to go. This is the way to go. We are still looking at the costs. Even though say 10,000 is not cheaper, it's still high, but there are reasons behind why it's still cheaper. So I think one of the roles of the project will also help like private sector or anyone who wants to jump in to see how can we make best sanitation products and try to make them cheaper as much as we can and accept at the community level, looking at the importance we are looking for. So I think the project is here for community members, but also for the private sector and other people who are interested in investing in sanitation-related products. So maybe you heard about some point of entry that was talking about if you want to take it as a business, not maybe profitable from your side, but to make it something you can help our business people to sell or to get them known at the community level. Because one of our purposes is to introduce slowly reusable parts and see how far we can go here. I don't know if you want to react to Kat's questions.
I just want to add one thing. I think that the saddest thing that I've seen is when magnificent, beautiful initiatives like this come along but then after a few years, they go away. So we've done a great thing for some young girls and women for a couple of years, but where is that initiative now? They couldn't sustain it. So our only purpose is to try to think through how could this wonderful thing that you're doing be sustained. And so that's the only motivation behind it.
Time is not on our side. Maybe I give to Divine the last chance to react on some of the inspiration had from us, and then we conclude our meeting.
I think God has given us a lot to think about for the second meeting that we're going to have, which is, I've been talking to David and Stephanie, sustainability. It's good we are giving people free things, and it's good we're trying to end period poverty, but can we keep it up? Can we give them after 6 months? Will we still be here?
Mm-hmm.
Or are we going to go? Are we just like most of the initiatives that start? So we have a lot to think about as a team, and we come back for more education and how we can work with the people. On what she said about there's something about sustainability.
Accessing.
Pardon?
Accessing the sustainability. The best channel of accessing the sustainability.
No, I missed that. Yeah, but I mean, so what you're going to do for us, I wanted to be clear about it. You already have those groups. You have the business people that you're trying to help start business. So when we are ready and when we are sure about our cost and how we can come in business, how we can make it not very profitable, but to make it a lower price.
Exactly.
The one you use. So if we are ready, are you ready to connect us to those people? Do they want to be included in what we're doing? Yeah. After thinking about how we can make it better, so that means if we were going to go into business, that means we have to think about making it. We have to learn about, can this be sold? Mm-hmm. Can someone accept to spend $15 on this package? Mm-hmm. So that's something we have to. You have given us more to think about than what to give right now, so we'll get back to you about that. And we are grateful. I came with a big team because we move with this team, we do presentation, we teach people about hygiene and Keza and how to use the pads. He does the report through the camera and pictures. That's what we put on social media and the documentation. He drives us around and he cheers the girls around and the women to make it more fun.
Yeah, let us know when you'd like to talk again. And I think you said, are we ready to introduce you to these different groups? I think the answer might be yes to one particular group, and maybe not quite yet for some other groups. But when we can go into those details when you're ready as well.
Okay.
Yes.